So thankful and grateful for all I have now and all that is coming to me. Divine days and nights. Highest heart love. Welcome to the YouTube live book reading of The African Origin of Civilization, Myth or Reality by Dr. CHEIKH and translated and edited by Mercer Cook. We pick up in a new chapter. Chapter 6, page 129 for those reading along with us. Peace and highest heart love. And 4 in the replays, because that's why I do it. Para los niños. I do it for the children. This is, thinking long range. It's not short term thinking at all, because that's why I make sure that it's all free, and so that you have access to it, so that down the line, it's there, it's here for you to read along with. And I put it in the playlist with a brief vocabulary. And so it'll be there as long as YouTube is alive. Highest heart love and welcome to the YouTube live book reading of The African Origin of Civilization, Myth or Reality. And we are beginning chapter 6. Here we go. Page 129 is where we pick up. The Egyptian race as seen and treated by anthropologists. Since this problem is essentially anthropological, we might have expected the uh, anthropologist to solve it once and for all with positive, definitive truths. Far from it. The arbitrary nature of the criteria employed to mention that fact alone produces no generally acceptable conclusion and introduces so many scholarly complications that we sometimes wonder whether the solution might not have been easier had the anthropologist been bypassed altogether. And yet, although the conclusions of the anthropological studies are unrealistic, they nevertheless testify overwhelmingly to the existence of a black race from the most remote epochs of prehistory to dynastic epoch. It is impossible to cite all those conclusions here. They have been summarized in Chapter 10 of Dr. Emile Moussalard's Préhistoire et Protohistoire d'Éthiopie, Paris Institute d'Ethnologie, 1949. Here is a sample. Pages 402 to 403. Miss Fawcett believes that the Nakada crania are sufficiently homogeneous to justify speaking of the Nakada race by the height of the skull. the auricular height, the height of the width of the face, the height of the nose, the cephalic and facial indices. This race presents affinities with Negroes. By the nasal width, the height of the orbit, the length of the palate, the nasal index, it presents affinities with Germans. In some features, pre-dynastic Nakata probably resembled Negroes. In others, they probably resembled whites. The characteristics common to Negroes and the pre-dynastic Egyptian race of the Nakata are basic in contrast to those they share with Germans. For that matter, if we were to judge the nasal index of two black races, the Ethiopians and the Dravidians, they too would present affinities with the Germans, leaving us dangling between those two extremes, the Negro race and the German race. These measurements indicate the elasticity of the criteria utilized. Let us quote one of those criteria. Thompson and Randall McIver sought to analyze more carefully the importance of the Negroid factor in the series of skulls from El Amarab, Abydos, and Hu. They divided them into three groups. One, Negro skulls, those whose facial index is lower than 54 and nasal index above 50, that is, with no broad face and wide nose. Two, non-Negroid skulls, those with facial index over 54 and nasal index below 50, high, thin face, and narrow nose. Three, intermediate skulls, those belonging to one of the first two groups by their facial index and to the other group by the nasal index, as well as those on the borderline between the two groups. In the early pre-dynastic epoch, the proportion of Negroids would be 24% among men and 19% among women. In the later pre-dynastic epoch, 25% and 28% respectively. Keith challenged the validity of the criterion used by Thompson and Randall McIver to separate the Negroid from the non-Negroid crania. He estimated that if any series and present-day English crania were examined by the same criterion, one would find 30% Negroids. Inversely, it could be said that if the same criterion were applied to the 140 million Negroes in Black Africa today, a minimum of 100 million Blacks would come out whitened by that measurement. Moreover, the distinction between Negroids and non Negroids and intermediates is not clear. In actual fact, non-Negroid is not the equivalent of white, and intermediate even less so. Falkenberger continued to the anthropological study of the Egyptian population in a recent work based on 1,787 male skulls dating from the early pre-dynastic to the present. He distinguished four principal groups. The distribution of dynastic skulls among those four groups was reported as follows. Negroids, 36%. Mediterraneans, 33%. Cro-Magnoids, 11%. And 20% individuals belonging to none of those three categories he related either to the Cro-Magnoids, type AC, or to the Negroids, type BC. The proportion of Negroids is clearly higher than that of Thompson and Randall McIver, which Keith nonetheless found excessive. Are Falkenberger's statistics realistic? Is it not for us to decide? If they are accurate, the pre-dynastic population, instead of representing a pure race, as Elliot Smith claimed, was composed of at least three different racial elements. More than one third of the Negroid, one third Mediterranean, 1/10 Cro-Magnoid, and 1/5 individuals more or less mixed. Despite their differences, these conclusions attest to the Negro foundation of the Egyptian population in the pre-dynastic epoch. They are incompatible with the notion that the blacks did not filter into Egypt until later. On the contrary, the facts prove that the black element was pre preponderant from the beginning to the end of Egyptian history, especially when we add the Mediterranean is not synonymous with white. Instead, it probably refers to Elliot Smith's brown or Mediterranean race. Elliot Smith makes these early claims. Elliot Smith's makes these early Egyptians a branch of what he calls the brown race. Ibid, page 418. The epithet brown here relates to skin color and is only a euphemism for Negro. Thus, it is clear that the whole Egyptian race was Negro, with an infiltration of nomadic whites during the Amerasian period. Petrie's study of the Egyptian race reveals an immense possibility of classification that will surely amaze the reader. We'll pause right here. Continue back in this sixth chapter. Fine days and nights. I wish y'all are all having a wonderful, wonderful Monday. We are going to the light green cloud tonight. This 23rd edition is complete. We're going to get some great restoration in the light green cloud tonight and really work on healing, breathing to the body, all different parts of the body. We're going to be breathing to it in through the nose diaphragmatically. Getting deeper in the stretch, working on our technique, healing the people and healing ourselves. Highest heart, love, and honor. Thank you for the likes and subs. Part of the book lovers community in this peaceful part of YouTube where we read books and learn from masters. Highest heart, love. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you so much. Much love. Yeah, we love to read to the people in this peaceful part of YouTube. That's what we do here. We sing I love you. Coming up now after we drink glass of love water in honor of all those wonderful solar returns. Marsha Edwards. Oh my goodness. Doctor Marsha Edwards. We love you so much. Highest heart love to all the solar returns that we have right here and today and yesterday, day after. We honor you so much. Highest heart love and honor. We're in June. Yes. Champions. Highest heart love in chapter 6. I love you. I love you. I love you. I love. Thank you for reading with us. Thank you for breathing with us. Going to the light green cloud tonight for restoration, revitalization. So grateful and thankful for everything that I have now and all that is coming to me. We're sending love to anyone that needs prayer and that is in a situation that needs some spiritual work. We're guiding energy and healing forces toward them, the angels, to continue to lift up. That's what we do with our flame. We lift up the people. We want the best for us, right? Yeah, 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 yeah. Love, 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 love you. I love you, you. No, because I love myself. Thank you so much. I will put a brief vocabulary in the description, and when it's uploaded and complete, it will be there for you in the playlist. It's heart, love, and honor. Wishing the best for all of you. Thank you so much. Peace, peace.